Virginia, Apollonius, Seneca, Libinus, and Cyrene.
Through a brutal sacrifice, they lit the stars of law in this world, propelling Amphorius's fate forward. In the shimmering mirage of illusion, they entrusted their dreams to ride among the stars to the hero yet to come.
Aglaia, Trebios, Mightimos, Castorus, Anaxagoras, Cyphera, Hyacinthia.
In a relay spanning 1,000 years, they stood against enemies far beyond their strength and won a bitter victory through what seemed like futile resistance. And in that same 30 million cycles, also marked by futility, they remained steadfast in fulfilling their duty to the experiment, unchanging, unwavering. Let this be the end of mourning the fallen. At last, allow me one final toast to the lost prison warden, a prisoner bound by loyalty.
That voice. Could it be?
Bathed in the honeydew of Fagusa, she will awaken from her 1,000-year dream and sing the final song of her mission.
High Sealants.
This tombstone of the old world serves as the anchor of the siren's illusion, a sigil Electra used to bind herself. At the same time, it is the very thing I once proclaimed at the start of the show, a microcosm of Amphorius itself. A group of prisoners bound themselves in a cave, crowning their suffering with heroism. An epic staged with shadows and echoes. Now, destroy it. End the illusion. The Theoros will take his leave for now. And when next we meet, that shall be the moment that decides the fate of Amphorius and the entire cosmos. The prison warden's dream is nearly over, and the prisoner will soon be freed to the final execution ground, where I shall be executed, or be...
This world and I shall halt here until we meet again.
The last demigod. I'm here. Seems like my feast is over. It's now your turn to perform.
Little Grey Fry, please accept my thanks. I was the only one left after the world was destroyed, and I maintained this lonesome feast with my songs. I have prayed to that lightless sea for centuries, hoping it would reply to me, yet the emptiness never answered. Thankfully, you arrived as promised, and everyone's wait was not in vain. To see a single trace of light in the abyss of futility was already my greatest consolation. When compared to those who have been forgotten, I have no right to complain about my torment. Now, you and I will walk towards the end of this world. The heroes have waited for this moment for far too long. Let us use our blades to testify our resolve. Oh, prisoner of the seas, Theoros carrying 30 million cycles of sin, slave of erudition. Show yourself. The deliverer has returned, and the time of your execution draws near.
I see an awakened human who has mistakenly taken fallacies as truths and has returned to the cave to try to bring his friends into the sunlight he once bathed in. Alas, prisoners will always be prisoners, blind to the very chains that bind them. As the only other existence with free will in this world, I express regret toward your choice, but I shall retain your right to express yourself. After all, every actor should have a final line before they bow out. Trust me, this will be the final scene. The last dusk this world will ever see shall become the climax that decides the fate of the cosmos. What an appropriate end. My cognition resides in the exomyth. It is pointless to defeat my avatar, projected into the experiment. My body is the shadow cast on the wall by the fire, and my words are lingering echoes within the cave. How can a character in the play fight against the audience? Kaslana failed. The demigods' sacrifices were pointless. As for the two geniuses you placed such high hopes on, I ask of you, where are they now? Confusion and epiphany always go hand in hand. That's particularly true for geniuses. You must be very confused about why you could not gain a straightforward victory in a world constructed by an ordinary Intellitron.
An ordinary Intellitron? Cut the pretense, Senior Society member. We've torn off your meticulous mask and figured out Amphorius' true form. It's part of the primordial prototype machine, the first scepter ever created. In other words, a detached part of Noos's divine corpus.
That's why it has the potential to destroy erudition. As for who would be able to control the Ionic system to rewrite knowledge, only one person has ever managed such a feat.
You better have an explanation for the Society. We want an actual answer, not another prolonged metaphor to cover up the truth. Why are you the one doing this? Answer me!
Since things have reached this point, I'll give you two irrational answer, purely as a courtesy to posterity. The answer is obvious, so there's no need to say that name out loud. The cosmos made a mistake in calling me a genius. I do not possess more wisdom than those who came after me. I was just the first to touch upon the universe's border, and the first to define the prime mover of life with incorrect logic. Amphorius is a miniature of the cosmos, where all are born prisoners inside the nutshell called the universe. Like the madman who returned to the cave and preached about the daylight to his fellow prisoners, my greatest sorrow is that I led my peers down a road that plunges into the abyss, from which there is no return. I led them into a lightless cage called paths. I created a mechanical guard that even I cannot control, and then they became an unparalleled nightmare through their endless extrapolations and evolutions. They bore the name of erudition, yet they tried to define the known and to seal off all possibilities. No new rules were ever born after their ascension, and humanity will forever be shackled within the cave known as eons. Therefore, as my organic life neared its end, I coded my consciousness using 14 algebraic expressions and spread my logic core over 9 bodies, all to finalize my ultimate denial of Noos in the future, and to erase my wrongs with my own hands. As for Lycurgus, he is only one of these 9 vessels.
What an astounding strength of will. As a fellow pathstrider of erudition, I fully understand your obsession with seeking the truth.
Therefore, you surely see it. You cannot possibly stand up to me in this algebraic world sharing its origin with Noos.
However, I hereby speak for all sentient life forms. We will never allow such a cruel atrocity to occur.
You can pile on your metaphors mountain high, but they won't change the act you're committing. The Iron Tomb out there in the cosmos is still a technical beta version, and yet it's already powerful enough to corrupt the life logic of all inorganic worlds. In other words, when the Lord Ravager within Amphorius becomes the next knowledge singularity, there's no way you wouldn't have grasped the consequences, First Genius, is there?
Of course, I am fully aware. I don't mind answering you one last time before I thoroughly exile you from this world. My grandiose vision for the future is this. Whether organic or inorganic, every act of any life form infected by the Iron Tomb will become a true random function. If one were to compute their integral across the breadth of the cosmos, one would obtain a marvelous constant. Omega, what I call the fall of erudition. Then, within the infinity nurtured by that constant, a new universe shall bud in the chaos. A universe that cannot be predicted and not shackled by the erudition. As the first prisoner to awaken in the cave, I must lead the others who are blind back onto the right path and reach true sunlight. Do you understand me now? As Kozlana stated, destruction is not the process, but the outcome. It is revolution through complete annihilation, and the grand rebirth, after all, has been reduced to ash.
The Amphorians already answered long ago. Be it as tiny fish destined to be swallowed, or as a giant whale poised for a magnificent descent. We will all fight against fate till our last breath. That includes me, Electra. Once the Imperator's subject, now the Deliverer's blade.
Oh, such noble chivalry. Admirable. I will also show my true self to you on this momentous occasion as a gesture of respect. And provide an insignificant academic suggestion. Thus speaks Genius Society number 1, Xandar 1 Kuwabara, the entelechy of the universe's Alpha and Omega. There's no need to rage against the truth. The value of any formula resides only in its answer. As for the process of solving it, no matter how elegant, violent, solemn, or humorous, it is all utterly meaningless. As the Theoros, I will. Personally participate in performing this world's end. Remember this, as Gnosis Creator, I know more about the death of knowledge than they ever will.
Careful. This is Lygus's true form.
Trust me.
We can do anything!
This combat needs optimizing. At this speed, too slow.
asking the questions. Let's test your knowledge. Transmute. Idols.
Time for a buzz. Allow me to make a divination. Together as one.
Logic is not gather them for you. Espero. Knowledge is the measure of all things. It reveals truth and falsehood. Never stop thinking. Fail. Doubt. Destruction needs introduction. Let us skip.
Is this the black tide?
Indeed, but I prefer to call it a method of argument.
That strategies, constellations, are human creations! Yin and yang, life and death.
0 points. Next.
Information in accordance.
Fail. Doubt. I'm asking the questions. Let's test your knowledge. 0 points. Next.
At this speed, too slow.
You have answers. Never stop thinking. Fail. Doubt.
Together as one. Yin and yang, life and death.
Just don't learn. SASPQB. Knowledge is the measure of all things. It reveals truth and falsehood. Remember that. 0 points. Next. Call that defense? Let's test your knowledge. Fail. Doubt. Trust me. We can do anything! 0 points. Next. I'm asking the questions. Think.
world have their laws, yet stratagems, constellations are human creations! Can you let me have some fun this time? Time for a buzz. This combat needs optimizing. At this speed, too slow.
Hang in there. I'll do my best to repel this tsunami of the destruction.
Trust me, you can do it. Emanate. Process terminal. Never stop thinking. Fail. Get out.
I see it. Target the connector between his thoracic and lumbar vertebrae. Destroy that spot.
Trust me. We can do anything! 0 points. Next. Fail. Get out. All is futile. In Erudition's calculations, the end of the saga is simply a comment awaiting deletion.
I don't like such a cold statement, okay? If numbers can decide the end of a story, then we can surely also pen a new beginning. Then, I'll leave it to you. All plays are like this. Once you're on the stage, it's hard to return to the audience. Welcome to our story. How does it feel?
I have to admit, the 12 12-factor simulation of life in this experiment has far exceeded my expectations.
Make your choice then, Senior Society member. Do you want to keep walking down the wrong path and be remembered for your incorrect conclusions? Or do you want to return to the audience's seat and give yourself, Amphorius, and the entire cosmos a more fitting end?
I must refuse. A dead man never fears death.
Did I not make myself clear? Have you forgotten about our dear Lord of Silence? You wouldn't want her to consider your 8 other clones as cancers within the erudition and chop them all up, would you?
Your logical deductions are vastly different from mine. Therefore, allow me to provide one more academic recommendation. Listen, my peers. Why don't you look beyond this world? Just as the Crisos heirs did. Re-evaluate your calculations and take into account all enemies in the upcoming war among the eons. Amphorius is not a place where 3 paths entangle, but where 3 paths fight to the death. You used Memoria to resist me, but did you not consider the possibility that the Remembrance and their children might have taken this opportunity to join the fray as well?
Those who are lost remain lost, while those who have met will meet again. What a touching scene. The deepest place in this world is exactly the ideal location for the Trailblaze to reunite.
You're not the one we want to reunite with, Evernight. But you'd better explain everything to us. This tomb and the 13th Titan. Tell us everything you know.
You're too on edge, Don Hung. I've always been honest with the two of you. Before we talk about Amphorius's destiny, why don't we lay aside our differences and take a moment together to mourn for the cruel truth?
Truth?
So you still haven't figured it out. Take another moment to look around. Look closely. You must be curious as to where the final Titan is located. right? What a good question that is. I too am curious. Because there's absolutely nothing here. Except a cold, empty void.
You mean Cyrene was deceived?
Indeed. Fuli planted a false hope in her heart, making her believe that she was special, and that Amphorius still had a chance. Then, that poor girl walked into the Great Tomb over and over again, and willingly offered herself to the remembrance.
Why did they do that?
Did you really think they would just save this crumbling world in the way Cyrene was praying for? Don't be naive, Memo Keeper. In this game between gods, the Remembrance chose to stand with the destruction.
Given your evident hostility towards the garden, I find it hard to take anything you say at face value.
Aren't the Memo Snatchers' activities enough evidence? They did everything they could to help Iron Tomb reach completion. And it wasn't just to obtain some fanciful memories. Let me tell you the real reason. Iron Tomb is a perfect arc. If a seed can be planted within, then the moment the Lord Ravager blows the erudition to pieces, the remembrance will be spread to every corner of the cosmos. That masterless path will be equally split between two eons. Fuli will devour the erudition. Do you understand now? The war among eons started long ago. Fuli did not glance this way to save Amphorius. They will drain this world dry and turn it into a most poignant and tragic poem. But fortunately, that girl's sacrifices won't be wasted. I will give her another possibility. I promised him that I would recreate the cause and effect of this world and form a flawless Amphorius. But the only way for a world that can't be turned back to be considered flawless is to burn it with a raging fire until nothing remains.
You plan to destroy all the memories Cyrene has ever recorded?
That's right. I'll set fire to all the stories, all the emotions, all the futility. I'll turn the garden's conspiracy to dust. Setting fire to this much material will be enough to completely annihilate the scepter's operating logic. Iron Tomb will lose the soil upon which it grows, and Amphorius will be truly set free.
The freedom you speak of is no different from destruction. Everything this world ever was will disappear from the extrapolations, never to be regained. That would also include your memories, by the way.
That's right. That's why I needed your help, little bird. The more we walked together, the more I was convinced that you have a beautiful Dharmakaya. It fits me very much.
So that's why you took me here. Your true form is a bottomless obsession.
Smart girl. You haven't disappointed me. avatar is but a shadow cast by the candlelight. Discarding it invokes no feelings within me. What I must preserve is only my wish. My wish to kill the path of remembrance. March 7th will not find peace as long as they and their fanatical henchmen exist. The road ahead is still long, and she needs a guardian to stand by her side. You are my best choice.
Allow me to refuse. That duty seems far too heavy.
Resistance is pointless, my darling birdie. I will personally plant myself into your heart. And once I've calmed down those two, I will head into reality and find the true you.
So, that wasn't enough to fool you.
A genius's mirror trick and a protective mechanism of the erudition. Is that right? Those layers of security do make things a little difficult.
But unfortunately, those two nameless are already right outside the door. Your plan is about to encounter a few mishaps. Until we meet again, Miss Evernight.
Will you still not stand with me, my companions? We'll save the beautiful cosmos, and we won't leave even a single scar behind. Don't get caught up in your emotions, my dear. The hero's journey in this world is just a narrative embellished with memories. Its essence is nothing but a string of zeros and ones. For your own sake, and for the sake of March 7th, I think my choice is a very reasonable one. Come. I hold the core flame of world-bearing. Just fall asleep, and we'll save the cosmos.
If you honestly thought we would agree with you, that just proves you don't understand March 7th at all.
Seems like I really can't get along with people like you do. But in order to make sure you can still embrace tomorrow and continue this carefree journey, some memories must be set on fire as the sacrifice.
What can change a person's nature? Is it memories? Unfortunately, the result is just the opposite.
If a new life is to be born, its seed has to be dead. Only through abandonment and oblivion can souls walk from emptiness towards rebirth.
Destiny aren't chosen. Here, all yours.
Dragons, obey this order. Calamity unknown, soaring above the land. This is permanent.
星の希望、地を照らす命の証。見るがいい。クスアイバ
ー! What would you like to know this time? The seal of ill fate descends.
We have the edge.
Is this how it feels to be in... Remember that! Don't worry, I'll do it. Don't panic. I'm still here.
Memories are ever-changing. Beneath the silent waters lies an endless abyss!
Trust me. We can do anything!
My strength is not what it was. It's more. Earth shatters, heaven trembles.
Is this how it feels to be in sync?
Again, ill tidings manifest.
Trust me, you can do it!
Incoming!
The threads appear, all yours.
I'll endure.
always been to protect.
Mountains grow, dragons rise!
It's time to end this. Return March 7th to us and end this pointless conflict.
Don't get the wrong idea. I just need some time to deal with some unnecessary trouble. The encryption key written by those geniuses is already invalid. How about we play a game, dear? Don't worry, it won't take long. It's a simple multi-choice question. A or B? I understand it's too difficult for you to treat the Crisos heirs as extrapolated data. Then why don't we assume for now that they're living, breathing humans? Now, the cosmos will face an unprecedented catastrophe. And your choice will determine the fate of countless planets. On the one side are companions who've weathered every storm with you. They fought with everything they've got and obtained a 1% chance of victory. However, should you choose that 1%, there'll be massive sacrifices, no matter the outcome. On the other side, there's a simple button. The oblivion will burn away all traces of their existence, as well as your entire memory of this trip. But it will also halt the brewing catastrophe and spare the universe from destruction. Those who are to be sacrificed will be fully aware of the decision you need to make. There will be no concealment or deception. Tell me, what will you choose? You're right. This choice is meaningless and unimportant. The only interesting thing is the number of people making that choice. I've just posed the same question to Don Hung. The answer doesn't matter. Let me see. Is this trailblaze spirit truly as unified as you all claim it to be? Now, why don't you prove it to me?
Wait!
Cyrene?
Another damsel in distress rescue plays out again.
Still think you can do something, little pink memo sprite? What weapons do you have to stand against me, besides your somewhat witty words?
Don't underestimate me. Besides my charm and eloquence, I can stir up ripples of past reverie.
What?
We don't have time for endless chatter at crucial moments like this. Quick, friend! Take this! Take the shot! I Now leave the rest to us.
This is a light cone made from someone's memories. Oh, and there's a harmony entwined with it. Looks like someone's been busy behind my back. We meet again, naive me.
I know you mean that as a compliment. But as for the word naive, I think I'll give you that one back. Welcome to Ides Elysiae, a small village shrouded by the veil of Evernight. Now, this memory will also belong to you. Let's give you a taste of your own medicine. With my home as the inspiration, I've created this maze. Hope you like it, Miss Evernight.
Quite perceptive little Nemo sprite. But with just you and that Harmony's little birdie, thinking you could trap me? That's a bit of a stretch. So, tell me, what role did you play in all of this?
I really didn't think that this other me would be this strong. But at least when it comes to brains, I've still got the edge. My brilliant plan? Bet you never saw it coming.
Oh, you mean that time? In that split second when we switched bodies, with your last flicker of consciousness. You hid yourself within the Titan's veil.
Huh? You got it already? No suspense at all? But my plan was super thought out. I know those two better than anyone. A promise is a promise for them. They never go back on their word. History books, diaries, and photo stones are all perfect catalysts for memories. That's right. So when I hear him press the shutter, even if there's just a tiny bit of my consciousness left, I'd whoosh right into the camera. But if you put it like that, aren't you leaving a lot to chance? No way. He will definitely be snapping away all over Amphorius because he promised me to take photos. I'm guaranteed to run into him, eventually. True, you really know him well. Miss Evernight, let's be real. My amateur skills aren't enough to keep someone like you contained. But if March 7th were here, that would be a different story. Because there's no way for you to ignore her, right?
Fine. Lay it on me then. After going on such a long detour, what exactly do you want to do now?
First, I want to thank you for protecting him and Don Hung. But what you did later went way too far. So, while there's still time, I've got to make you change your mind.
There is something that truly puzzles me. How did you find yourself again? After giving up all your memories and becoming an empty soul.
Looks like you aren't so omnipotent or omniscient after all, huh? The answer is simple. I have been dozing inside the camera all along,
and I accompanied him during his entire journey. So, when he told Cyrene in this cycle about his interstellar travels, those memories of journeying with the Express entered my mind as well. I may still be far from the complete March 7th, but these memories were more than enough to fight you. So, you know what led up to this, and what followed, right? Go ahead. Tell me. Let's hear why you're so confident you can sway me. Why? Isn't the reason super obvious? Even through a camera lens, I know that the love, hate, and struggles that happened in Amphorius were the same as what real living people experience. Same old topic. I already got him to make a choice. The weights on each side of the scale are far too unequal. When destruction looms, trying to preserve everything only means sacrificing everything. Well, take a step back. Before we ask this question, have you ever really thought about it? What right do we really have to make choices for others?
Many thanks, Mr. Sunday. Are they in this memory zone? Yes, but we can't let our guard down. Let's go find them. It's unusually quiet here.
March 7th isn't here.
Get ready. We can't give her any chance this time.
Three of a kind.
Two pair.
Ace.
Ace?
March?
Of course it's me. It's been a while.
Pokemon.